What's up? Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. Today I want to talk to you about change. Creating change in your life through an evolution of your identity, your perspective, and even your current circumstances. Wayne Dyer said, one of my favorite quotes, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So let's talk about that today. Let's get into it. So think about that quote for just a minute there. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I mean, this is a great thought leader of our time, Wayne Dyer. And, he didn't say when you change everything that you're doing or you change your perspective, approach. He says when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And why is that the case? Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about that today. Now, yesterday on the podcast, if you remember, we talked about revolution versus evolution. And, and I encourage you to choose an evolution in your life, taking responsibility, creating change. And how do you view change? I'd like to ask you, how do you view change in your life? I'm talking about, your life situations and things, whether they're good or they're bad. Do things happen to you or do they happen for you? Do things continue to happen to you over and over, or do you learn from experiences and adapt and grow? Do you pray for challenges or do you actually pray for an easier life? Another way of putting that is, do you ask for smaller problems, for your problems to go away, or do you ask to get the strength and grow bigger than your problems? See, these are all perspectives. The point is that your perspective is a huge key to your ability to evolve and grow, and you've got to identify and step back and look at the way you view things. Are they from a scarcity mentality, an abundant mentality? Are you viewing things in your life as a good thing, a bad thing? When you can step back and take a neutral approach, this is when you can really start to grow. So let me talk to you a minute about the symbol that I have for my logo, my trademark logo, which is the symbol of a phoenix. Many people have asked me about why I have this symbol on my hats and on my website and things like that. And so you may have heard a little bit about the history of the phoenix, but the phoenix bird symbolizes immortality, resurrection, life after death, renewal, transformation. And it goes back as far as Greek and Egyptian mythology. All throughout time, you've seen the phoenix. According to the Greeks, the phoenix bird lived in Arabia near a cool well. And every morning at dawn, the sun god would stop his chariot to listen to the bird sing a beautiful song while it bathed in the well. And the phoenix would live, 500 to 1,000 years. But when it was ready to die, it would build a nest of sort of aromatic wood and set it on fire and burn itself up in the flames. And, the bird was basically consumed and died in the flames. But out of the ashes arose a stronger, more beautiful, and renewed phoenix. The phoenix was transformed. It never really died. And by the way, its tears had mystical healing powers as well. But overall, it was a really powerful symbol of life transformation. And it's something that I could relate to because of all the different transformations and evolutions I've had to go through in my life, and maybe you can as well. But, because, for example, maybe you've had some challenges. Maybe you've found that you've gone through in the past or even in the present circumstances things that just really made you feel like you were at an ultimate low and, that it couldn't get much worse. But I'm telling you that through the fire, through the stresses and struggles that you have in life, you can be transformed. You can use those opportunities to create a renewed and evolved version of yourself, the better version of yourself, a growing version of yourself. And you can use this analogy and this symbol in your identity, in your business, in your life, your relationships, your communication, because you always have the ability to transform and create a new, better version of yourself. And, I heard a phrase a while back from one of my mentors who said, "Your mess is your message." And I didn't really get that at first, and I didn't really have an application of it at first, but to me, this symbolizes your perspective on your life and your challenges, because if your mess can become your message, this can certainly mean that that's the type of story that you can share with the world that people can benefit from, because other people might be going through exactly what you've gone through. But more than that, it helps you to understand that your mess in your life, your obstacles, your challenges, your struggles, they're not just things to get through. They're things that define you. They're things that create the version of you that exists right now. And it helps you to realize that you need to be focused on the journey, not just the destination. See, obstacles, we talk about how failure helps you to learn and grow, but it's that process you go through that creates your life experience. It's what creates your growth. And when you're focused on the growth and you're focused on that process and that experience, you're not going to be as focused on the setbacks. You're not going to be focused on the obstacles that are holding you back. And you'll be focused more on the opportunities, not the challenges. Because remember, you can have reasons or you can have results. You can have growth or you can have problems. But I encourage you to choose growth. I encourage you to, look, it's simpler. It's simpler to be able to focus on the fact that obstacles are there to help you grow. It's just like working out in the gym. You cannot gain size, strength, and stamina without stressing your muscles, without creating resistance, without living outside your comfort zone. And the sooner you accept this, the better you will be. So many of us, genetically and naturally, we're hardwired to avoid pain, to avoid uncomfort. But the sooner you realize that those are the areas that help you to not only grow, but if growth equals happiness, they help you to become more happier and more fulfilled. And so the sooner you can accept and adjust and fall in line with the fact that obstacles and problems and challenges are there for your benefit, that they're there to help you be a better person, the easier it's going to be, the simpler it's going to be for you to get through these things. And so I really encourage you to adopt and embrace this idea of evolving. Evolve past your current identity. Evolve past your current circumstances and situations. Because I don't care if you're crushing it right now. The goal in life is to evolve to another level, to evolve to a better version of yourself, a higher, leveled up version, one that creates more impact, one that does more in the world. Get the focus outside of yourself and start focusing on the things around you, the people around you, the relationships. And then finally, what I wanted to kind of just talk about for a second in this whole process of evolution is you've got to rise to the challenge. You've got to take action because change only happens when you take action. And it doesn't matter if it's good or bad or failure or, Kiyosaki talks about failing 5 times faster. The point is change only happens with movement. This is why we talk about the idea that the mind and body are connected. If you're having trouble and you're stuck inside your head, you're stuck in a situation in life, you're stuck with where you're at, it's time for you to just get up and move. Get up and move around. Get physical. Walk around. Take a walk. Go for exercise. Talk to people. Get on some calls. Jump on a Zoom. Get on a Facebook group. Find out what you can do to start moving, and that movement, that motion creates emotion, creates action, creates energy, and it'll create results in your life. And so taking action and moving forward is the key to evolving to the next level in your life. So that's my message for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's something that'll get some thoughts going in you that you'll use to create a transformation in your life. Just like the phoenix, you'll be able to transform into a newer, better, stronger, more impactful version of yourself. And so look forward to talking with you a little bit more tomorrow. I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite authors. So join me tomorrow. And this is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind. Have a great day.